birds singing,
pine trees smelling,
wind blowing through the trees.
I mean, my heart rate's still motoring on a bit.
Graham does do cooking. Yeah, this was an amazing park up.
So sometimes it comes up and floods this car park completely. Some very intricate drone flying here.
Norman! I love that.
Norman Bates Motel.
Welcome to the channel. We are Graham and Ellie. We are Wizard in the Wild.
You rejoin us at our remote wild camp at Loch Trool. I did put the security cameras out. Nothing was picked up during the night. In the morning, it did get relatively busy with folks arriving. I wonder where this lady's off to. It was a good advertisement for the Reolink cameras, and in fact the audio as well. Although I haven't put it on here, you could actually hear conversations going on if you cared to listen. Although it was very quiet here last night, it was just us here, where we're parked up just there. Quite a few cars now. Lots of people have gone hiking or walking their dogs. It's very popular during the day and very popular with us at night. You can see Ellie filming there. She's actually doing something a bit different today, but what that is you'll have to wait and find out in a future vlog. So it's the 1st of October today and we are at Loch Trool and we're just walking down to the loch. Have a bit of a walk around it. It makes quite a change with Ellie filming differently to normal, and she's not talking very much either. I bet you're intrigued as to what she's up to. You'll find out at some point.
It's a gorgeous day, isn't it?
We're very lucky, aren't we?
We are. You can see the sunlight on our faces. Yeah, there's blue sky. Birds singing,
pine trees smelling,
wind blowing through the trees. It's just perfection, isn't it?
Yes, lovely.
I feel quite overdressed with 2 fleeces on. It's actually quite warm as well. Not bad for the first day of October, is it?
No. It's improving, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm loving it.
I think tomorrow's supposed to be like this as well.
Oh, I'll take all of that. Love it.
Girls are enjoying it, aren't they, Greg?
Yeah, they're loving it. Nice little old bridge. Well, this sure is a lovely old bridge. I reckon it used to be a very important bridge in times gone by. This inscription on the south side says, "This road from the Ischrochen Gate to Buchan and this bridge were designed and executed by Randolph IX, Earl of Galloway, AD 1851. On the north side it says, "Land of brown heath and shaggy wood, land of the mountain and the flood. Land of my sires, what mortal hand can e'er unite the filial band that knits me thy rugged strand?" Let us know who wrote the verse. Answers in the comments, please. For sure, this bridge had much more importance than just a forest trail bridge.
Bit of sensory overload going on there, I think, Maya. You don't know what way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going into the Trool oak woods now. So it's getting a bit more foresty on this bit. What's she up to?
That's beautiful. What a lovely view. Thanks, Jazz. Always in with the action. Mind you, it is really nice here. I love it.
I hope you enjoyed that little drone sequence. Behind the scenes, it's not always that easy. My drone is the ultralight DJI Mini 2. It's a great little lightweight drone with a decent camera on board. But it is lacking collision sensors, so passing through a tree canopy is really not that easy. It takes time and precision flying, which only comes after a lot of practice, but well worth the effort, I think. Let us know what you think about the drone flying sequence. There's a gate on the left there, El.
Yeah, we don't want to be going through the cattle grid with the dogs.
Well, we're on our way back now, back to Merlin. Going to have some brunch. Because we haven't eaten anything today yet.
No. What's the time?
The time, I don't know, it's about 12:15, I think.
25 past 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no grub yet.
No.
Not even a cup of coffee this morning, just a cup of green tea.
I hope when I get to the doctors for my next diabetic review, they tell me I'm not diabetic anymore.
Me too.
I think fasting's quite a good way of doing it. Fasting with exercise is even a better way of doing it.
Totally. Yeah, definitely. And the longer within reason that you can fast for, the better.
Yeah.
It's good if you can do, only if your health allows it, of course, but if you can do 12 hours without eating, that's a good start.
We're doing more than that.
Well, we are, yeah. We're trying to do the 16-8. So basically, we do our eating in an 8-hour window during the day.
We stuff ourselves silly.
We stuff ourselves silly for 8 hours.
No, we don't. We try and balance it with not too many carbs, but also stuff that nullifies the sugar making, if you know what I mean.
That's Graham's technical speak, sugar making.
Nullifies the sugar making.
The sugar spikes.
Yeah.
So yes, lots of protein, moderate amount of fat, and not too many carbohydrates. Not full on keto though. Actually, I think full-on keto has its purpose, but you can't really do it as a lifestyle, I don't think. And I'm not an expert here, and have good health. So this is less burdensome. Oh, hello. More like a Mediterranean diet, really, isn't it, Ray?
Yeah.
That idea.
I'll tell you what I have noticed since I've lost about a stone in weight. Walking up hills like this, I'm not half as puffed out. I mean, my heart rate's still motoring on a bit, but I can breathe and talk, which is good.
Well, we're nearly back to Merlin now, but before that, Graham's got one more place where he'd like to fly the drone. Wonder if you'll recognise it. We're nearly there now. Let's have a look.
Yep, it's Bruce's stone, which we first showed you yesterday.
Well, isn't this just the perfect end to a perfect walk?
Yeah, it was a nice walk, wasn't it?
Lovely. You know you've done a good walk when your dog's eyes are like this. She's got a job to keep them open.
I'm looking forward to getting back to Merlin to have some lunch.
I bet your tummy's rumbling.
Yeah, I'm a bit hungry.
I bet. I'm peckish too.
Come on, let's go.
See, Graham does do cooking. This is the bread we're having at the moment. There's nothing special about it, other than it's sourdough with a few seeds.
Little sourdough.
Yeah, but it's... Don't tell them, they'll all want it. Oh, it's delicious, it really is. And there you are, I'll show you a bit better there. Yeah, there's nothing too clever about it. It's just that we find sourdough fills us up better and doesn't bloat us out in the same way that regular bread does. So it's working quite well at the moment. There's probably not a lot of point filming our lunch, is there, Gray?
No, because we just keep repeating the same stuff.
We do, because it seems to be working at the moment, doesn't it? So Graham's got his peanut butter. We buy sliced cheese, so it stops him cutting big chunks off of it.
Yes, it minimises what I can have, doesn't it?
Well, it does really, yeah. Well, otherwise it's so easy to overestimate it, and before you know it, you know, you've eaten a lot more than you planned to, whereas this way it's a measured amount. So, yeah, so he's got his cheese peanut butter, and I've got what looks like the bottom of a parrot's cage. With, I've got seeds.
Gerbils eat those things.
They do, yeah, and parrots, I think. Yeah, omega seed 3 mixture, walnuts, which are really healthy, and a satsuma. So, yeah. It doesn't...
Brain food.
Yeah, well, go on then, eat it, eat it.
Like brain, doesn't it?
It does. It's supposed to be good for your brain, walnut. It's got omega 3 in
I
it.
can feel it doing some good.
Really needs to, doesn't it? Yeah. Yep, and of course, a nice cup of decaf. Right, I'm getting hungry now, so I'm going to eat.
But we're about to leave here now, going back into Loch Trool. Need to get an internet signal. Ellie needs to do some banking on the 1st of October. So that's what we're up to right now.
Yeah, this was an amazing park up. I've never been anywhere so quiet at night, I don't think. Quite busy during the day though, because it's so beautiful. It's clearly very popular. Anyway, we're off now. Down the very bumpy road again, eh, Gray?
Yeah, another bumpy road.
Yeah, 3 miles of bumpy road.
I wonder if he stayed there last night with his log burner.
So at the moment we don't know where we're off to exactly, but we need to find some Wi-Fi. I've got some bank account stuff to do today, and obviously I can't do that without connection to the internet. And yeah, there's a lot of things we need to catch up with. It's amazing how much you rely on the internet to function these days. I don't know how we ever managed without it. So yeah, I'm not really sure exactly where we'll be. Sorry if this is a bit bumpy. This is this long stretch of pothole road. Anyway, I'm sure we'll catch you in a bit. Hold on to your hats. Oh dear. It really is a very narrow road and there are not many passing places.
Ellie's completed her banking, which we didn't think we'd show you that. Bit boring. And we're now heading to a place called Wigtown. So we've got to go through Newton Stewart on the A714.
So we're coming into Newton Stewart in the hopes of finding a co-op, because I just need to get a few bits, and a bin. Seems to be a shortage of bins in the Galloway Forest. We also need to get water. Newton Stewart looks like a really nice place to visit. It's a shame we can't really stop today because we're on our way to Wigtown. But it's a nightmare trying to find a bin. Honestly, whenever we've seen a bin, we can't stop. Not that we've seen that many, so that mission's been unaccomplished. We found the co-op, which is the other shop, the other thing that we wanted to do, and there's nowhere to park because it's obviously a little town. So that mission was unaccomplished as well. Oh, epic fail.
So we're going to give up on Newton Stewart. As Ellie says, it's an epic fail. We might come back and visit another day, but we're heading on to Wigtown now. So, we jump forward a few miles to Wigtown. Navigation to the harbour park up is not as easy as we thought.
Closed.
Roads are closed that we need. This is where we need to go on the right, but it looks like they've closed it off at the moment. Pedestrianised it.
So the road we want to go down is closed. So Nav's just rerouted us. The car doesn't seem to know what it's doing.
Don't blame the car. It's the man in charge of it who doesn't know what he's doing.
I think it would have been quite handy if he'd indicated, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think there's a few people who are a bit confused with the road closures. I've got no idea where we're going now.
We've been round and round the houses quite a few times here. We're not sure if we're actually going to be able to stop here because there doesn't seem to be another route down to the harbour, which is where we're aiming for.
I think we came this way earlier. I think this is one of those times when we've just got to ignore the sat-nav. It keeps trying to do the same thing.
It looks like they're having some sort of festival.
Yes, it turns out it's Wigtown Book Festival week, hence all the road closures. It's a good job the sun's out. I'm doing old-fashioned navigation. I know roughly the direction we need to go in.
So, we're trying to go round the long way. Looks like a really nice place.
Who needs a sat-nav?
We are hoping that this is going to take us to where we need to be. Oh, it looks like we're getting to the harbour now, Gray.
Yeah.
Just going round the houses a bit.
To watch out for high tides.
Now he tells me. We're almost where we need to be. Watch out for high tides. It says there, park at own risk, area liable to flooding at high tide. Well, that's a bit ominous, isn't it? There's a camper down there, look.
As it turns out, that campervan is Norman. More about him later.
Well, this is a really nice park up, and we couldn't get much closer to the tap than this. So we can top all of Merlin's water up while we're here, and it's absolutely free.
Ellie's filling the water up.
I am.
Making a bit of a mess too, I think.
There's only one thing that could be a fly in the ointment.
It's right on the river, which is a tidal river. So it's a nice parking area. Let me just spin this round and show you. So, quite a big area. And over there as well. There is, however, one problem. It's liable to flooding from the tidal river. So sometimes it comes up and floods this car park completely. So there's a little bit of jeopardy here. We're not certain whether we should be staying here. Ellie's checked all the tides and everything, and it shouldn't flood tonight. Should be okay. So I think we're going to give it a go. But to be extra cautious, what we may well do is to the high tide tonight is 11:50, so I might just stay up to 11:50, and if it looks like it's going to flood, move a bit quick. So yeah, Wigtown. Ellie's really pleased about this place because it's based on bookshops. So that's what it's famous for, Wigtown, for its bookshops. So she wants to go in and have a look at that maybe tomorrow, which we'll do. We were just doing a few chores, as you have to when you arrive at a destination, and then Chrissy from the other camper van came over and introduced herself. So we walked over and met her other half, Dave, and of course the camper van itself. Right, we've just met up with Chrissy and Dave in their auto sleeper Transit.
Which is amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. It's a shame you haven't got smelly vision on here.
Yeah, that's his name. Oh, he's called Norman. Did you get that? He's called Norman. Norman. I love that.
Norman Bates Motel. Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And you live in him full time,
We
don't
do,
you?
yes, we do.
I live in him
And they've lived in him for 3 months.
Full time now for 3 months, yeah, but on and off 2 years.
Well, nice to meet you both.
Yes,
so
nice to meet
nice.
you.
And thanks for letting us see Norman.
You're welcome.
Dave and Chrissy display much of Chrissy's artwork creations in Norman. Even some of the cupboard doors are artwork that she's done. They're absolutely beautiful.
So Chrissy's done all of these. Aren't they stunning? Just look at that. I wish I was that clever. This is beautiful. I've got to try and that's it. Try and not get the light on him. Absolutely gorgeous.
You've got a real talent there, Chrissy. Absolutely lovely to see. Have a look at Chrissy's Facebook page. They do great posts on their journeys with Norman, and of course they're full-time van lifers.
So tonight we're going to have sausage hot pot. I'm just chopping up all the vegetables that have been lurking in the back of the fridge, ready to cook a nice sausage hot pot.
I like that sausage hot pot.
You
One of my
do?
favourites.
Yeah, and it's quite healthy, because you can put all the veggies in that you want, can't you?
Yeah, yeah.
So we got green beans, carrots and potatoes in ours tonight, and anything else I can find lurking about. So I'm just cooking 6 sausages, ready for the sausage hot pot. These are frozen Tesco plant-based ones, but you could use any sausages you like. And I've chopped up some carrots and potatoes and some green beans ready to go in later. So I've decided to put a tin of baked beans into this sausage hot pot as well. So the sausages are nice and brown. I'm just going to take those out and put the veggies in. So I'm just going to steam the potatoes and carrots, and I'll add the green beans later. The potatoes and carrots are about half cooked, so I'm just adding the green beans. I find it cooks quicker if you just cook the vegetables first in a bit of water, and if you try to cook them in the gravy, that's more of a slow cooked sort of dish. But if you want to get the meal on the table quite quickly, it helps if you actually cook your vegetables separately in water and then add the gravy and the sausages a bit later on.
Good tip. I shall remember that for my cooking.
Saves power as well, obviously, because you're cooking for less time.
Yeah.
So I made up some gravy just from granules, and that's gone in already. As you can see, there's the gravy, and I'm adding the tin of beans. And once these are in, I shall add the sausages, and it can all cook through for about 10 minutes, and then it should be ready. The potatoes and carrots are pretty cooked through now.
There's the sausages waiting to go in.
Yep. There we go.
You seem to be struggling to get them all out.
Yeah, I'm using the wrong implement. I need a different spoon. So I'm just going to leave that for 5 or 10 minutes, and that'll be ready to eat.
Tasting it just yet, it's a bit hot.
It is, you can see it. Look at that. But it is a stew with a view, after all.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a bit muddy at the moment out there.
The muddy river, yeah.
It's a bit like Newport, isn't it? A bit like Newport. It's still nice, though. It's still nice. So, yeah, hopefully it tastes all right. It's certainly warming. It's jolly hot.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Well, that was a very tasty carrot. No, it tastes nice, the bit I've had. That's good.
It was delicious. We did a quick after dinner walk just to the outskirts of the town.
No disrespect intended if this is your guest house, but does anyone agree with me that it looks decidedly haunted? It does look a little bit creepy. Not sure why. It just does. Looks like another arrival for the night. Don't know if any more campers are going to arrive. Well, as we settle down to watch a little bit of TV, a nice cuppa, I think we worked out that we have broken the dogs today. They're all fast asleep. I don't know if you could hear that. Luna was snoring. She's snoring really loudly at the moment. Okay. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Anyway, I don't think it'll be that long before we join them.
Thought I'd turn some lights on.
Yeah, splashing the cash, pushing the boat out with all these lights. Oh, yeah. I don't think it'll be long before we go to bed.
Well, I've got to keep an eye on the river level, haven't I?
Oh, yeah. I wasn't worried about it till you said that.
It should be all right, but
high tide.
yeah, you never know, do you?
It's just before midnight, 10 to midnight tonight.
Yeah,
isn't it, I
11:50
think?
is high tide. But once we're past that point, if we're not been flooded, we should be able to relax.
For 12 hours until our next high tide.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Let's hope we're all right and we don't float away. We'll find
But that'd
out.
be all right because high tide tomorrow's about midday, isn't it? So we can find some bits and pieces to do in the morning, and then we can go and have a look around Wigtown in the afternoon, can't we?
That'll
When
be
we know
fun.
Merlin's feet are going to stay dry.
Yeah, we don't want him going floating off
Oh
down
no,
the river,
no, I
do
don't
we?
want. Well, I suppose it'd be brackish water. It won't be just salt, will it?
I don't want him floating anywhere.
No.
I'm quite worried about it anyway. Anyway, hopefully we will see you in the morning.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
Night.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to leave this vlog just here. So, we'll catch you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week. If you've enjoyed our vlogs, please do consider liking, subscribing and giving us the thumbs up. Oh, and don't forget to comment. We love to hear what you think of our vlogs. And join us next time for some more adventures with Wizard in the Wild.